Good morning, students. Welcome to TSN classes. Now, student, we were studying about cell, its structure and function. And now today's our topic is eukaryotic cell. 8.5 Eukaryotic cells. The eukaryotic cells include all the protist, plant, animal, and fungi. In eukaryotic cells, there is an extensive compartmentalization of cytoplasm, the presence of membrane-bound organelles. Eukaryotic cells possess an organized nucleus with a nuclear envelope. In addition, eukaryotic cells have a variety of complex locomotory and cytoskeleton structures. Their genetic material is organized into chromosomes. Now, see students, in eukaryotes, we include protistas, plant, animals, and fungi. Now, eukaryotic cells have well-developed cytoplasm and show a presence of membrane-bound organelles. Now, eukaryotic cells possess a well-developed nucleus, means nucleus is bounded by nuclear membrane. Now, apart from this, eukaryotic cells also have a variety of complex locomotory and cytoskeleton structures, and the genetic material is present in the chromosomes. All eukaryotic cells are not identical. Plants and animal cells are different, as the former possess cell wall, plastid, and a large central vacuole, which are absent in the animal cells. On the other hand, animal cells have centrioles, which are absent in almost all the plant cells. Now, see students, now all eukaryotic cells are not similar. Now, plant cell differs from animal cells. Now, plant cells possess cell wall, plastids, and they have a central vacuoles. And all these structures, that are cell wall, plastid, and central vacuole, is absent in animal cells. Now, apart from this, animal cells also have centrioles, which is absent in the plant cells. Now, see students, come to figure 8.3. Now you can see two diagrams are here. One is, now A is of plant cell and B is of animal cells. Now see students, in the plant cell you will find cell wall, plastids, and you will see, as you can see that in the plant cell a vacuole is present in the center of the cell, but it is not present in the animal cell. Now come to 8.5.1 cell membrane. The detailed structure of the membrane was studied only after the advent of the electron microscope in the 1950s. Meanwhile, chemical studies on the cell membrane, especially in human red blood cells, enable the scientists to deduce the possible structure of plasma membrane. Now see students, in this we'll study about the structure of the cell membrane. And after chemical studies which was done on the cell membrane, especially of the human RBCs, then only we are able to deduce or to decide the possible structure of the plasma membrane. Now these studies showed that the cell membrane is mainly composed of lipid and protein. Now see student, cell membrane is basically made up of lipids and proteins. Now the major lipids are phospholipids that are arranged in a bilayer. Now see students, में major lipids कौन से हैं? Phospholipids है, and they are arranged in a bilayer forms. Also, the lipids are arranged within the membranes. Now, apart from this, lipids are also present within the or in between the membrane also, with its polar head towards the outer side and the hydrophobic tail towards the inner part. Now, what happened? See students, lipid is divided into two parts. One is hydrophobic part and another one is hydrophilic part. Now the hydrophobic part is present present inside the cell, and the hydrophilic part, that is the head part, is towards the outer side. Now this ensures that the non-polar tail of saturated hydrocarbon is protected from the aqueous environment. Now इससे क्या होता है, जो non-polar tail होती है वो क्या होती है, इट इज़ बेसिकली प्रोटेक्टेड फ्रॉम द एक्वस एनवायरनमेंट से. इन एडिशन टू फॉस्फोलिपिड्स, मेम्ब्रेन ऑल्सो कंटेन कोलेस्ट्रॉल. इसके अलावा इसमें कोलेस्ट्रॉल भी प्रेजेंट है. Later biochemical investigation clearly revealed that the cell membranes also possesses protein and carbohydrates. Now see students, apart from lipids, it also has proteins and carbohydrate. Now the ratio of protein and lipid varies considerably in different cell types. Now जो ये रेशियो होता है प्रोटीन और लिपिड्स का, ये डिफरेंट होता है डिफरेंट सेल्स के टाइप्स में. In human being, the membrane of the erythrocyte has approximately 52% protein and 40% lipids. Now see student, इसमें एक एग्जाम्पल दे रखा है एरिथ्रोसाइट्स का, दे रखा है एरिथ्रोसाइट्स मतलब आरबीसीज का एग्जाम्पल दे रखा है, जिसके अंदर in which you will find 52% protein and 40% lipid. Now depending on the ease of extraction, membrane proteins can be classified as integral or peripheral. Peripheral proteins lies on the surface of the membrane, while the integral proteins are partially or totally buried in the membrane. Now see students, now two types of proteins are also present in this. These two types of proteins are integral protein and peripheral protein. Now peripheral protein तो present होते हैं surface पे, membrane की surface पे, and the integral protein are partially or totally buried in the membrane, means इसके अंदर धंसे हुए रहते हैं membrane के अंदर integral proteins. An improved model of the structure of cell membrane was proposed by Singer and Nicholson, widely accepted as fluid mosaic model. According to this, the quasi-fluid nature of fluid enables lateral movement of protein within the overall bilayer. This ability to move within the membrane is measured as its fluidity. Now see student, to explain the structure of cell membrane, a model was given by Singer and Nicholson, and this model is known as fluid mosaic model. Now this model enables or explains the lateral movement of protein within the overall bilayer. The fluid nature of this membrane is also important from the point of view of function like cell growth, function of intercellular junction, secretion, endocytosis and cell wall and cell division. जो इसका फ्लूइड नेचर है मेम्ब्रेन का, ये बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि इट्स बेसिकली इसका जो फंक्शन होता है ये इट इज़ हेल्पफुल इन सेल ग्रोथ के अंदर, इंटरसेलुलर जंक्शंस को बनाने में हेल्प करता है, सिक्रीशंस में हेल्प करता है, एंडोसाइटोसिस में करता है और सेल डिविजन के टाइम करता है. वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन ऑफ द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन इज़ द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल अक्रॉस इट. नाउ सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो फंक्शन है प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन का वो है कि इट हेल्प्स इन ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स अक्रॉस इट. The membrane is selectively permeable to some molecules present on either side of it. Many molecules can move briefly across this membrane without any requirement of energy, and this is called passive transport. Now see student, the plasma membrane जो होती है वो basically कैसी होती है, ये selectively permeable होती है, means it allows only a selective particles to move on either sides. Now for the movement of particles, if they requires energy, then this type of transport is known as passive transport. Neutral solutes may move across the membrane by the process of simple diffusion along the concentration gradient, that is from higher concentration to lower. और जो passive transport होता है वो basically it is accomplished by diffusion के through होता है, जिसमें क्या होता है membrane जिसके अंदर molecules are basically moving from higher concentration to the lower concentration. Now water may also move across this membrane from higher to lower concentration. हाँ, इसमें क्या होता है, वाटर का मूवमेंट भी इज़ बेसिकली फ्रॉम हायर टू लोअर कंसंट्रेशन की तरफ होता है. द मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर बाय डिफ्यूजन इज कॉल्ड ऑस्मोसिस. नाउ व्हाट इज ऑस्मोसिस? इट इज मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर बाय डिफ्यूजन. As the polar molecules cannot pass through the non-polar lipid bilayer, they require a carrier protein of the membrane to facilitate their transport across the membrane. Now students, पोलर मॉलिक्यूल्स इसमें से पास आउट नहीं कर सकते हैं, इसलिए इन्हें क्या चाहिए, एक कैरियर प्रोटीन चाहिए जिसके साथ ये अटैच हो जाते हैं और फिर इनका ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है. और इस टाइप के ट्रांसपोर्ट को कहते हैं फैसिलिटेटेड ट्रांसपोर्ट. A few ions or molecules are transported across the membrane against their concentration gradient, that is from lower to higher concentration. Such a transport is an energy dependent process in which ATP is utilized and is called active transport. Example, sodium and potassium pump. Now see students, कुछ transport ऐसे होते हैं कि that they requires energy means they require ATP, and such type of transport is known as active transport, and basically active transport is take against the concentration gradient, means it is taking from lower to higher concentration. Basically movement किसी भी solute का, किसी भी solution का movement कैसे होता है, it is basically from lower to from higher to lower concentration, पर इसमें क्या होता है, it is from lower to higher concentration. Now this type of transport is requiring ATP, that is why it is known as active transport. Now its main examples are sodium and potassium pump. Then come cell wall. As you may recall, a non-living rigid structure called the cell wall forms an outer covering for the plasma membrane of fungus and plants. Now see students, cell wall is basically present in the fungi and plant. It is the characteristic of fungi and plant. Cell wall not only gives shape to the cell and protect the cell from mechanical damage and infection. Now what the cell wall is doing, basically it is not only providing shape, but it is also protecting the cell from the mechanical damage and infections. It also help in cell to cell interaction and provide barrier to undesirable macromolecule. Cell wall एक barrier की तरह भी act कर रहा है, means it is not allowing any macromolecule to enter through it. Algae have cell wall made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and minerals like calcium carbonate, while in other plant it consists of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin and protein. Now see students, जो algae की cell wall है, it is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans एंड मिनरल्स जैसे कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट की, और जो दूसरे प्लांट्स है उसकी सेल वॉल किसकी बनी हुई होती है, इट इज मेड अप ऑफ सेल्यूलोज, हेमीसेल्यूलोज, पैक्टन्स और प्रोटीन्स की. द सेल वॉल ऑफ द यंग प्लांट सेल, द प्राइमरी वॉल इज केपेबल ऑफ ग्रोथ विच ग्रेजुअली diminishes as the cell mature, and the secondary wall is formed on the inner side of the cell. Now see students, this cell wall of a young plant is basically called as primary wall, and it is capable of growth. और ग्रेजुअली इसमें जैसे जैसे ये मेच्योर होती है फिर ये सेकेंडरी वॉल में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है, ठीक है ना. द मिडल लैमेला इज अ लेयर मेनली ऑफ कैल्शियम पैक्टेट which hold or glues the different neighboring cells together. Now see student, अब जो cell wall की बात आती है middle lamella. Middle lamella किसकी बनी हुई होती है? It is made up of calcium pactate, and what its function, it mainly hold or glues or stick करता है neighboring cells को एक साथ. The cell wall and the middle lamellae may be ट्रांसपोर्ट बाय प्लाज्मोडेस्मेटा विच कनेक्ट द साइटोप्लाज्म ऑफ द नेबरिंग सेल्स. जो सेल वॉल होती है और मिडल लैमेला होता है, उसके बीच, उसके मिडल पार्ट्स में या बीच बीच में प्लाज्मोडेस्मेटास होते हैं. ये एक ओपनिंग्स होती हैं जिसकी वजह से साइटोप्लाज्म और नेबरिंग सेल्स के बीच ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है मटीरियल्स का. दैन कम एंडोमेम्ब्रेन सिस्टम. While each of the membranous organelle is distinct in term of its structure and function, many of these are considered together as an endomembrane system because their functions are coordinated. The endomembrane system includes endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes and vacuoles. Since the function of the mitochondria, chloroplast and peroxisomes are not coordinated with the above components, these are not considered as part of endomembrane system. Now see students, every cell organelle has its different structure, and different function. But some organelles function in a coordinated way, and they form a endomembrane system. ये कौन कौन से सेल ऑर्गेनल्स हैं? ये है एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम, गोल्जी कॉम्प्लेक्स, लाइसोसोम्स और वैक्यूल्स. कुछ सेल ऑर्गेनल्स होते हैं जैसे माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, क्लोरोप्लास्ट और peroxisomes. दे डू नॉट फंक्शन इन अ कोऑर्डिनेटेड वे एंड दे डू नॉट फॉर्म अ पार्ट ऑफ endomembrane system. Thank you students.